Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Naruto had Momoshiki Otsutsuki's Karma Seal, Part 7. Now, I'm gonna mention something, this probably will be the end, I don't know. I don't know about that yet, but yeah. Since it might be the end, yeah. I don't know, I still haven't really decided, but yeah, not the point. But we go into Naruto. I'm not going to do a recap because I'm too lazy as fuck and I want to get through, well, I'm actually going to get through, well, 3 what ifs today. Well, trying to. The whole day I've been doing stuff and all that. Been annoying the fuck out of me. But whatever. So, we go into Naruto. Naruto's actually 17 years old. And he has absorbed the Nine Tails. So, he doesn't need to go from 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, he doesn't need to do that. He just absorbs, puts him into a fruit and eats him. He doesn't need to give 2 fucks about that. He has, well, 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails. Not the 4 tails, or 5 tails, or 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails, and 9 tails. He just needs 3 more fragments, but yeah. Now, we go into Naruto, right now talking to Sayana. Naruto is 6'1", I think I mentioned that. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's 6'1", while Sayana is actually 5'9". She's a little shorter, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where Sayana's eyes are, well, blue Byakugan. They're the blue Byakugan. While Naruto's eyes shows, well, the golden star Byakugan. And, well, his Byakugan Sharingan. Well, just a, what's it called, bluish eye in the other side. Right now, well, it's not golden star Byakugan yet. He just doesn't activate it just yet. Now, this is where we go into Naruto and Sayana going towards, well, towards the, what's it called, office. Well, office of Tsunade. Now, they were called in to actually do a mission. And of course, they weren't wondering what mission they were doing. This mission is to protect a priestess. Because they kind of heard of, like, this whole story and blah, blah, blah. So Tsunade did tell them that they have to protect the priestess. Them, what's it called? Those two, well, basically Naruto and Sayana, will also what's called, well, Rock Lee. Rock Lee is there still. Neji, he can't because Neji is, well, the clan head and he needs to, well, prepare with the others. Shikamaru and everyone else are their clan heads. Sasuke is there. He didn't leave the village. Well, yeah, he didn't leave the village. He actually activated the MS with the fact that Danzo was the reason because Naruto was the one to tell him. And you know what? He got the MS. But he can go blind anytime. But Naruto never cares that much. Now, of course, this is where those 4 are actually going to protect the priestess name. So they have to protect someone named Shion, who is Shion, who is from, what's it called, the land of demons, the land of demons. So yeah, Shion or Shin or whatever you like to call it. I'm gonna just call her Shin, or not Shin, Shion. But yeah, of course, this is where they go towards, well, the priestess and all. Of course, when they're getting there, of course, like 4 ninjas attack and all, like the different element puppets or whatever. And of course, when they start attacking, this is where, well, Shion is right now protected by one of her guards and all that. Until this is where Naruto appears right in front of, well, the guard and Shion. And of course, 2 of the puppets try to attack Naruto. But this is where Naruto says, "Be gone." And makes 2, like, what's it called? 2, well, 2, like, chakra balls. But these chakra balls are similar to the Rasengan, but they're not. One is just pure black, while the other one is white. And of course, he says Yin Yang attack. Yin Yang, divine blast. And he blasted 2, what's it called? Well, puppets away and just destroying them. Sayana found what's it called, the one with water, who can turn into water. And she added what they call fire, well, not fire chakra, lightning chakra into her, like, what's it called, just a fist, and started beating his ass easily. Rock Lee and what's called, well, Sasuke went after, well, the leader that can actually, well, not the leader, the guy that can, like, use kind of wind manipulation and all that. So yeah, Naruto beat up the leader and another dude, but yeah. But this is where, well, Shion is just saying, who are you people? And this is where, the guard says, who are you exactly? This is where Naruto says, my name is Naruto Otsutsuki. So Naruto did change his name from Naruto Uzumaki to Naruto Otsutsuki. This is where, well, Shion says, which village are you from? This is where Naruto says, from the Leaf Village, what do you think? We're here to protect you because of the great evil of whatever bullshit and shit. I don't give two fucks. This goddamn mission is just a waste of time, Naruto said. Tsunade could have really let me just go through and blast through things and kill them easily. This is where Sayana smacked him in, well, not smacked him in the head, kind of like hit him in the head a little bit, but not hard. And says, come on, Naruto. This is just a fun mission. Besides, I haven't really tested out my abilities with any, like, new enemies. So she became kind of like, what it called, still nice, but still terrifying at the same time. Naruto smiles and says, sure, why not? This is where Rock Lee and, well, Sasuke are there. And of course, they say, well, there wasn't much of an attack. We only get to face one person, we easily kicked his ass. And Naruto, how many did you win against? One, Naruto said, because he doesn't want to get annoyed by Sasuke. And Sasuke kind of narrows his eyes and says, bullshit, you win against two of them. Hey, Naruto says, they were powerful. Okay, why is there a giant crater over there? They weren't powerful, they were weak, okay? You see here, Sasuke, I don't want you to annoy the fuck out of me. So, I don't give two fucks. This is where Sasuke kind of, like, grumbles and all that, whatever. Shion still tells what to call them about what to call. When they go inside, and of course they're sitting down, Shion still tells them about what to call, like, her, not uncle, but mostly, yeah, it's her, somewhat uncle and all that. Kind of like bringing back the demonic evil, blah, blah, blah. And of course, this is where, well, that's still happening. And of course, Naruto falls asleep because he's like bored out of his mind. Sayana is like thinking of something else. And of course, Sasuke is barely paying attention. Rock Lee's the only one kind of paying attention. Well, not Rock Lee, Sasuke is the only one. While, what's it called, Rock Lee is like thinking, what should I use to train? So, of course, this is where Sasuke is the surprisingly only one that's actually paying attention. And, of course, this is where she didn't say, well, whatever she didn't, just says, yeah, that is all. Sasuke nods, while everyone else says, wait, what did he say? This is where she says, did you not pay attention? Naruto says, no, I was thinking of something else. This is such a boring story. Let's just blast through our way through. Or I can absorb them. I don't care what they are. This is where Sasuke says, you guys suck. What were you all paying attention? Naruto says, I was paying attention of doing something else. Sayana says, I was paying attention to how to add more chakra infinities towards my Gentle Fist. Rock Lee says, I was thinking of like, how many weights should I use on this mission? This is where Sasuke says, I hate every single one of you. This is where Shinun or whatever her name I'm thinking, just say, fine, do you want me to explain it? Naruto says, no, the Uchiha can explain towards us because we probably won't be bored the fuck out of our mind by a priest that's kind of taking forever. Sure enough, Sasuke says, we gotta go fight against an evil threat. We gotta bring her towards the evil threat. She can deal with the evil threat, and done. This is where Naruto says, good enough, let's go. This is where, well, the guards still wanted to bring like an army to help them. Bro, Naruto really just looked at him. Straight up deadass just said, the fuck we need an army with? You guys are basically not ninjas. You don't really know any chakra. And I'm basically the strongest one right here. I'm fucking the, how should I say? Not the Nine-Toes Jinchuriki. I have about, my chakra is already in par with like the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Toes. Or whatever, bullshit. So yeah, both Sasuke and Sayana, well, Sasuke grumbled saying, sure he is. Sayana said, yep. And this is where Rock Lee says, I can't sense chakra. So yeah. This is where, well, the guards still want to bring an army, but this is where Naruto knocks him out. Just poking him in one, what's it called, pressure point, knocking him out. This is where he says, come on, Shidun or whatever. We are going towards the thing already. So, of course, this is where Naruto says, he just bite on his thumb and all that. and he says, summoning style, summons out a dragon. And a dragon named Raito just says, Raito says, hello there, Naruto Otsutsuki. Do you need help? This is where Naruto says, yes, I need you to fly us towards this location. Raito says, yes, sir. This is where he roars and says, get on. This is where Shino just says, are you sure we gotta get on that? This is where Sasuke says, fuck, I forgot you had a dragon summoning. This is bullshit. Naruto says, it's bullshit because you suck and you can realize you can summon another flying creature if you don't want to get on the dragon. This is where Sasuke says, right. Shit, I can do that. But it's gonna burn me. Not my fault for signing goddamn Phoenix contract. So Sasuke has the Phoenix contract. The Uchihas actually had it. It was just lost in the Uchiha's library because some dumbass accidentally left it somewhere, and yeah, Sasuke managed to find it in the library. But yeah, this is where Sasuke says, it was the only thing that was cool at the time, okay? Jesus fucking Christ, Naruto, I fucking hate you. Naruto says, okay, Sasuke, we're gonna leave you. Sasuke says, no, I'm gonna get on. So Sasuke gets on the dragon. This is where Sayana chuckles in on it and laughs a little bit. This is where Rock Lee says, okay, it's a dragon. Don't fall. Get ready to put chakra on your feet and all that. This is where Rock Lee says, I don't have chakra. This is where Sayana says, don't worry. If anything happens, Sasuke will get you. This is where Sasuke says, I did not promise that. This is where Naruto says, oh, I thought you were gay for a second. This is where Sasuke goes, I'm not gay, you bastard. Sure, you are. Sure, you aren't. Sure. Yes, that's what we all believe. This is where Rock Lee says, I'm not gay. No thanks. I don't like emo boys. And this is where Sasuke goes, I'm not emo. Of course, this is where Sayana and Naruto chuckles. This is where Shin doesn't know what's happening. But of course, it's kind of next to, Sasuke. Because, she doesn't really want to fall off. And if she does, then this Uchiha can probably get her. This is where, they all start flying up. Instead of traveling on feet, they legit fly towards the direction. And they did see a bunch of, stone statues kind of, going and all that. But they wouldn't get to, the place. I mean, there were still a lot of them there. This is where Naruto says, Raiden, send a fire breath attack down there. This is where Raiden says, yes, my sir. Yes, Naruto-sama. This is where he says, fire sir. Fire, burning, He says, fire sir. Fire burning, burning wrath. You know what, that's what it's called. Fire burning wrath. So, this is where Naruto says, he doesn't even use wind jutsus. He kind of just sends wind manipulation with the fire attack. Burning through the, it's kind of like a pathway and all that. And the stone statues are kind of trying to hide into pillars and all that. Whatever, not pillars, piles. And of course the fire just melts through all of them and destroys him. Because of the wind manipulation and the fire. And Naruto's that strong using wind manipulation pretty easily. Wow, any hand signs. Shin is actually impressed. And this is where Naruto says, hey Uchiha, you need to protect her because, you see here, since me and Sayana are basically the only strongest one here to, stop any statue from actually getting in, you're gonna have to protect her. This is where Sasuke says, are you fucking serious? Why me? Because you're also strong? Or do you want Rock Lee to do it? Don't you want to fight the big bad guy that's in there? This is where Sasuke says, you fucking bastard. This is where he says, Rock Lee says, but don't we not need to protect the priestess all together? Naruto says, no. If we do that, then the stone statues are going to try to get in and attack us. This is where, the priestess says, no, I don't want this guy to die. She standing next to Sasuke for two reasons. Instead of falling off the dragon, because Sasuke put chakra in his leg and then grabbed her from the hand. And of course, she in the beginning of this, she kind of in the morning and all that when she woke up, she did not see Naruto's death. She saw Sasuke's death instead. But yeah. But of course, Sasuke just grumbles and says, sure. And this is where she didn't say, no, I would rather go with Naruto. Is that your name? Naruto says, no, because I don't really care about protecting you. Uchiha is much better at protecting people, whatever. Even though he's a pathetic person. This is where Sasuke says, shut the fuck up, you fucking prick. Whatever, I'm still stronger than you at any time. Sasuke says, fuck off. So, of course, well, Naruto says, right then, land down. Right then does that. And, of course, Sasuke does grab, what's it called? Shino? Not Shino. Shin. And, of course, like, tell her to get on her back. And, of course, they, like, jump over, like, statues. Not over statues, on top of the statues and keep jumping. While Naruto is, he makes, what's it called? Wind blaze out of his hand and all that. And rushes towards what's it called? So, of course, where Naruto, he makes, his hands glow into silver chakra. And, of course, this is where Sayana, both her hands go into a bluish type of color chakra. So, of course, we go back to the Leaf Village. And the Leaf Village has been trying to get everything under control and fight against statues and all, the statues. And since they're not allies, the different villages are only doing temporary alliance. But after that, they will still hate the Leaf Village. But yeah. Now, this is where, Naruto, he, says gentle fist style. This is where, the silver chakra actually goes into two heads, but it's two dragon heads. While Sayana's chakra, of course, instead of being, lion twin heads like Hinata's or anything, is not lions. Or, it's not tigers. It's, what's it called? She says that before she even uses what's it called, the twin style, she says summoning style. And of course there's a puddle of water down there or anything. And of course that's where she summons a Levantes. And of course it's actually in the what's it called, summoning score and all that. They basically have the Levantes. While Naruto managed to grab the dragon contract from, basically from his mother's kind of, he found out who his mother and father was. He hated his father, but his mother, he kind of liked her. And of course, instead of taking the Uzumaki name, he decides to change it into the Otsutsuki. So yeah, of course, Naruto, he does have the dragon contract from his mother because the Uzumaki had it. Lavante from, the Lavante are in the Hyuga clan, but also lost because somebody decided to put it somewhere else. And of course, Uchiha has the Phoenix contract. So, three clans, like the Uzumaki, but Naruto changes them to Otsutsuki. They have three legendary, contracts. There's supposed to be 4 in total, but I'll mention who has the last one. So, with that happening, Naruto and, Sayana, Dragon, and Lavante are right now shooting powerful water attacks and powerful fire attacks. While Naruto, he uses twin dragon attack and starts just smashing through the, statues. And of course, Sayana is saying twin style, Lavante, just the fist style. And of course, she just breaks through all of these statues so easily. She's right now moving like a Levante, and since the Levante are basically a serpent type, she moves like a serpent. Easily just cutting them down, destroying them, and yeah. Now, of course, Naruto is right now like a dragon, and he roars. Well, not roars. He is having the strength of a dragon and just breaking through them easily. He even has a dragon Sage mode, while Sayana also has, a Levante Sage mode. Now we go into Sasuke. Sasuke did close his eyes and then activate, and he has his MS. But this is where he goes from his MS into something else. His eyes around him, what's it called? The MS becomes, kind of fireish. The red part actually becomes fire, while, what's it called? His, what's it called? Around his face, kind of lines appear, but they're like fire lines and all. And of course, he went into a Sage mode, his Phoenix Sage mode. This is where he says, "Don't worry, you keep going, Shin." This is where Shin, she just kept going, and of course was about to seal the person away. Until, well, what's it called? She's right now just trying to deal with the sealing, but of course, it's really not a sealing. It's because, well, they have to merge bodies and blah blah blah. And of course, this is where she says, "Damn it!" And she did give like what's it called, like the little blue, what's it called? Not blue, the little pink bracelet towards what's called Sasuke, so he got protected from the attack. He said, "Damn, she's gonna die." So of course, he jumped down and just saved her. And of course, this is where Sasuke says Susanoo and bursts through everything. Of course, slicing the what's called person because his what's it called Susanoo arm then became Remelish because instead of well not Remelish, he like what's it called jumped with Shizune, not Shizune, Shin, and of course on his back and all because he still saved her and all, or well not still, he saved what's it called Shizune, and of course this is where well Shidun actually kind of lent some of his, well, not his, her chakra towards the call Sasuke. So, of course, when Sasuke says Chidori, his Chidori became kind of Remlish. And, of course, he still stabbed at what's called the darkness chakra and all that, or the creature and all that. And it still exploded, and yeah. And, of course, lava started rising up. This is where, well, he says Susanoo, perfect Susanoo. Well, not perfect Susanoo. He says Susanoo. And of course, it's only the skeleton version, but of course, with the Phoenix Sage mode, it does make wings, and of course, this is where they're flying out of the volcano. This is where, well, Naruto, Rock Lee, and even Ayana are already done breaking through multiple of the statues because they stopped coming after, well, Ayana and Naruto. Rock Lee went first gate, second gate, then even what's it called, to the fourth gate mostly, and destroyed all of them. So first, second, third, and fourth, and just use those gates to easily destroy the statues. But yeah, this is where, well, the Dragon Levante are right now just destroying them also, but they stopped after the volcano erupted. This is where, well, when that happened, Shin says thank you towards all four of them, and of course there was a call, well, summoning styles and all, well, mostly silent summoning, kind of just what's it called, dispel and all, because yeah. And of course, this is where the dragon still takes him towards what's it called, back to the priestess, well, place and all. This is where the priestess asks Sasuke to kind of help her bring the next generation on, the new generation instead of Naruto, because Naruto, he's not interested in that. But yeah, now of course, we go into a time skip into 2 weeks. Now of course, Sasuke, he can help bring his, well, Uchiha clan back together with the called Shin, but of course, he kind of noticed what the called Shin was talking about. And of course, did blush when she did mention it. This is where Sasuke, no, not Sasuke, Naruto, Sayana, and even, well, Rock Lee. Naruto was basically just gonna tease the shit out of Sasuke and says, well, we can get someone like a priestess, wow. This is where Sayana was also the same. While Rock Lee was kind of, well, he still had the shiver and all, so yeah. But yeah, of course, we go into the 2 week time skip. Now, of course, Naruto, he was actually assigned to, well, kind of go fight against the Akatsuki. Well, not fight against the Akatsuki. No. What I'm talking about, he was just training with what's it called, Sayana and all that. And of course, the Akatsuki did kind of mention with Sayana because Sayana was talking about like the Akatsuki and how they're going after Jinchurikis and all that. Naruto nodded, but this is where Naruto still didn't care that much. But yeah. This is where the, what's it called, the Akatsuki members, they showed up in what's called a Leaf Village. Out of nowhere, that's where the Zebra Pass says, oh my push. And of course, since Kisame and Itachi are not there, everyone in the Akatsuki are there. The Sixth Path of Pain, not Nagato or Konan. What's it called? Well, Konan is there because, yeah. Obito is also there because he wants to know where the Nine Jinchuriki is at. Because there's no way in hell Naruto Uzumaki or Naruto Otsutsuki is the Jinchuriki. Because Naruto is basically, he looks all different, he's pale white and all that. And he doesn't have whisker marks. So yeah, of course with that happening, This is where when the attack happened, Naruto noticed it really fast, and this is where he made a barrier of chakra to protect the Hyuga clan. This is where when the attack happens, every robot just fly over, but yeah, this is where the Path of Pains are right now, well, in the middle, and the different Akatsuki members are right now fighting against Leaf Ninjas and all that. That's where Naruto says, I see. Sasuke was also in the Hyuga clan, kind of fighting against Ninja, but yeah. This is where, well, everyone is kind of, reacting towards the attack with the Akatsuki members. This is where Naruto, he jumps down, and he does activate his Karma Seal. Now, what's it called? His Karma Seal is, still the same as, like I mentioned, because he's not using full power. He thinks this is just a bunch of weaklings, just like what's it called? Kisame and Itachi, but yeah. This is where, well, the Diva Path does, well, say Universal Pull to pull in Naruto, but this is where Naruto stands his ground. This is where he puts chakra, and of course, when he thinks, well, the Universal Pull has to pull him in, it doesn't really pull in Naruto, which the Diva Path says, what the hell? Naruto says, it seems that you're the one to try to pull me in. This is where Naruto appears right in front of the Diva Path. But this is where the other Path of Pain appear. And this is where Naruto, he just... But this is where he says, interesting, I guess I will cut you all down. This is where, well, Naruto was about to do that until something said Kai and exploded Naruto far away from the, what's called, Path of Pain. Because Naruto wasn't expecting an explosion to hit him. He just saw the different Path of Pain. But yeah, this is where Naruto, he didn't manage to put chakra into his legs and then just says, well, the Diva Path says, almighty push, and pushes Naruto further away, smashing him into the wall. Obito was from right now watching this and saying, I see, so that must be the nitrogen jerky. This is where Conan and the different Akatsuki members were saying, I see, so that's the, well, Nine Tails. This is where Naruto says, I'm quite annoyed. Very annoyed. Well, you people kind of annoy me. This is where Naruto, he goes up and says, you want 100% now. So, he doesn't use the Karma Seal. Well, he still uses the Karma Seal, but his whole body changes. Which, it still kind of had what's called, he still has short kind of, well, not short, white hair. But his body changes into Momoshiki. Well, it looks like Momoshiki and all that. But not into the Momoshiki you expected, because that's how he looks like, but he still has the Karma Seal with it. But he kind of transformed into the transformation of like Momoshiki. This Momoshiki. The one that has the golden Rinnegan on top of his head. The golden Byakugan. For Naruto, he has the golden Star Byakugan and his, what's it called? Right eye by his left eye, he has a golden Byakugan. That actually has a Sharingan, well, pattern. Because yes, Naruto absorbed that Sharingan. So of course, his golden, well, not golden star, his golden Byakugan just has a Sharingan pattern just like Itachi, and his two hands basically has golden Rennegans. This is where he says, it seems that I have to go full power and beat your asses. And this is where, well, Pain said, what the? This is where Pain says, that is a golden Rinnegan. This is where, well, Obito is surprised. This is where Naruto appears right in front of the Diva Path. And a couple of punches breaking him into an instantly just a couple pieces. Yeah, Momoshiki is stronger than the Akatsuki if you really want to think about it. But this Momoshiki is beyond stronger because he has, well, a couple of the fragments of the, well, Nine Tails. The Nine Tails, yeah, the different Nine Tails. Or, I should say, not Nine Tails because I'm saying Nine Tails twice. No, I mean like the different tail piece. And of course, he has, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, not 4. 7, 8, and 9. He doesn't have 4, 5, or 6. But yeah, right now he's beating the shit out of, well, the different Path of Pain and breaking through them. There's a word when Kakuzu sends some attacks at Naruto, Naruto absorbs him. And this is where his other hand, he sends back the attacks at Kakuzu, destroying 2 of his hearts. Now, those 2, attacks were wind and fire, but they got sucked in because Naruto can really use the golden Rinnegan from his, the golden Rinnegan eyes from his palms and all that. They suck things back in and shoot them back. But yeah, This is where the person gets blasted because Kakazu's two of his hearts are not burned, and they are really burned and crispy and they're destroyed. But he has this what's it called? His heart of water element, and his heart of lightning element, or was it earth element? Fuck, I can't remember. You want me to say that he has all 5 of them, but yeah, you get the point. But yeah, of course he has 3 hearts only. Hidan attacks Naruto, but this is where Naruto, he grabs him from his face and turns him into a fruit and eats him. Yeah, even if Hidan's immortal, he can't really be, turned into a fruit. Naruto basically absorbs his chakra all the way out and rips out his chakra and basically turns into a fruit and eats it. Not turn what's it called, Hidan's body into a fruit. So Hidan has just passed out from chakra loss. But this is where Naruto easily cut his head off and just throw it somewhere. But before throwing it somewhere, he just thinks about it. He says, this thing is actually going to be annoying. If he's immortal, like I have heard from, well, Kisame, because he did absorb Kisame's memories and all. He then just threw the head so high in the sky that it kind of went out of atmosphere. This is where a bunch of Akashi members are right now fighting against a god. And of course, this is where the Diva Path is, well, I just said the Diva Path is destroyed. But this is where one of the path of, well, the 6th path was still alive. This was the, resurrect path. I forgot which one was it. I think it was a human path that kind of resurrect what's called the Diva Path. But this is where Naruto destroys the human path. This is where the Diva Path reacts fast enough and says, almighty push. And pushes Naruto, but this is where Naruto used both of his hands, the 2 golden renegades, to suck in all the chakra that was being released. This is where Naruto took all of it in, and this is where Naruto says, you can have it back, but 2 times fold. Or not 2 times, 10 times fold. Boom! He says, this is where Naruto says, almighty push. The attack was bigger, stronger, and much more powerful, and it just blasted the Diva Path straight to hell. Just basically gone. All his pieces are destroyed. Here's where Conan is shocked. This is where Naruto sees Conan, and he can fly. Because he has the, Momoshiki can fly and all that. So, of course, Naruto lifts up. And right now, just fight against Conan. And, of course, Conan is using paper attacks at Naruto. Naruto, he absorbs all the attacks, grabs Conan from the neck, and rips out some of the chakra. Well, not some of the chakra, all of the chakra. And, of course, is where Naruto punches Conan, destroying her. Well, basically killing her. This is where, Deidara is still saying, Kai, Kai. Sending multiple explosions at Naruto. Naruto's like right now taking all the explosions, and none of it hurts him. He just dusts himself off and says, such an weakling human you are, should be gone and dead. This is where, Deidara says, you think you can what's it called? Naruto already appeared right in front of Deidara. Even Deidara is flying with his bird, he got punched in the stomach. Through his stomach, out through his back. Yeah, Naruto went through him easily without using any chakra. This is where Deidara says, fine, then I'll have to sacrifice my body. Kai! This is where Naruto absorbs the explosion before, absorbs the chakra from Deidara before he can even say Kai. This is where Deidara says, I'm out of chakra. No. This is where he dies and falls down. This is where Sasori is right now trying to deal with Naruto using a bunch of puppets. So many puppets appear, but this is where Naruto says wind manipulation, wind hurricane. And the wind hurricane appears right next to Naruto, destroying all the puppets, just cutting through them. This is where Naruto appears right in front of what's called Sasori, having a wind scythe and right now cutting through his ass easily. This is where Naruto has defeated all the Akatsuki members, except for the one that's right now just watching. This is where Naruto appears, and since Obito is not in combat, he gets punched in the face, breaking his mask, and right now launching to, a couple of, what's it called, buildings. Well, robo buildings, but yeah, you get the point. This is where Obito tries to get back up, but this is where Naruto, he takes out his Sharingan and punches him again, beating his ass multiple times, and then this is where Naruto says, you are dead. And this is where Naruto, he makes a red ball in his hand and blasts it at Obito, destroying his body. This is where Naruto has the, Kamui Eye of the, Sharingan of Obito, the other eye. But this is where Naruto, he says, now, I gotta go after the other person, the guy with purple Renegon. This is where Naruto, he activated his golden Byakugan Sharingan and saw how far where Nagato's at. Nagato is too weakened and can't do anything. That's why Naruto, he makes a red, a black, and white. Well, not what. Let me say that again. A red ball, a blue ball, a green ball. Well, yeah, green ball, a yellow ball, and even a kind of grayish ball. And then there's black and white. And this is where Naruto says, five element, yin yang, destructo blast. This is where he sends this like huge rainbowish blast straight to Nagato's kind of fake tree and all that. And of course it was crumbling away because going on instead. This is where he gets blasted and he's destroyed in an instant. The Rinnegan, that can help him. Well, can't help him. Mostly he's gone. This is where, Naruto says, interesting, that was easy than I thought. Now, before he even went back to the Leaf Village, he sensed not sent something. He sensed, like something that came out from the ground. When before Nagato can even say, damn it, he brought out the ghetto statue. And of course, they did capture what they call 4 tails, 5 tails, and even 6 tails, but couldn't find the other tail base. But yeah, he bring out the ghetto statue. And of course, since the ghetto statue kind of doesn't have, let me say that again. The unconscious bodies of the ghetto statue has the unconscious body of the Jinchurikis, because they couldn't really absorb it into the ghetto statue, because the problem is they have to get the first tails, then the second tails, they had it to go into a pattern, but they couldn't find the other tail beast. So yeah, Naruto senses, and he appears right in front of them, and took all their Jinchurikis, not Jinchurikis, tail beasts, absorbed them and ate them, and Naruto's much powerful now. He unlocks something more, stronger. His Golden Star Byakugan became the Jogan, but then evolved in having the Golden Star Jogan. So of course, where Naruto ascended, his power has became way stronger. His hair is still kind of like grayish a little bit, but then had a golden tint to it. So of course, his power just ascended to basically not an Otsutsuki god, but close to an Otsutsuki king, or like an Otsutsuki king heir or whatever. But he's still kind of weak to that. But this is where Momoshiki, he kind of just let Naruto do whatever after absorbing that. And of course, Naruto can still do the mission of finding Kage and killing her or whatever. But this is where Momoshiki says, we find the 9 fragments, and even called the 10th fragment, this kind of husk of the ghetto statue. He even absorbed the ghetto statue. And the Jubi was kind of reformed into Naruto. But of course, it was just chakra, so yeah. It's chakra for Naruto mostly. And of course, this is where Naruto says, interesting. But this is where he sensed white Zetsus. Now, the white Zetsus were kind of on the ground when he absorbed the ghetto statue and all that. When he found the white Zetsus, Naruto, he disappeared and found the white Zetsus, and he obliterated them all. Because they were just a kind of knockdown version of Otsutsuki. This is where Momoshiki was pissed and said, where's Kage so we can kill her? Naruto says, I do not know. It doesn't matter. If I find her, I kill her. Momoshiki nodded. This is where Momoshiki, his soul and all that. And since he's basically Naruto's him, blah blah, but Naruto still has his conscience and all. So where Momoshiki says, I did kind of stay here for a little bit. Naruto, you don't really need to destroy this place that much. You know why? Because I don't really care no more. You basically got your human, motions back, and it kind of affected me, so I'm just gonna let you keep it, whatever. We'll keep the power and all that. I don't really care if you go back to the Otsutsuki, castle, the Otsutsuki kind of planet castle, or you stay here and get married towards the Sayana. This is where Naruto says, what are you talking about? This is where, Naruto's kind of like flustered and all that. This is where Momoshiki laughs and says, you have a master over my power. Now Naruto transformed, he wasn't in this form no more. He went back to normal because he compressed his chakra. But this is where, well, Momoshiki says, good luck in your whatever life. This is where he disappears and Naruto says, I guess so. Naruto is now Momoshiki, but he just has the power of Momoshiki and all that, and the abilities. Us with Momoshiki's conscience is now gone. It kind of just got absorbed with Naruto. So yeah, that's where Naruto says, interesting. Very interesting. This is why he goes back to the village and sees that not many people were hurt. He kind of uses his kind of, what's it called, Jogan, well not Jogan, his Golden Star Byakugan, Jogan, actually has this special ability to kind of make the whole around, like a area, a whole round, kind of turn green and heal people. And that's what Naruto does. He kind of flies around and does that, and does take him out of chakra. But we go into a time skip of Naruto being 19. Now, Naruto is 19, but of course, the other villages kind of hated the Leaf Village. So, of course, this is where Taki from the Waterfall Village, the Cloud Village, and even the Stone Village, the Sand Village, they weren't really going to fight against Naruto or anything like that. Because, well, it was their fault for even letting a Jinchuriki go against Naruto. Because they were the reason why they were going to attack the Leaf Village. So they weren't really going to attack the Leaf Village. Their new Kazekage is not royalty because it's not from the bloodline of the Kazekage or anything like that. So yeah. Of course, this is where the Mist Village, Mei is the new Mr. Kage and all that. Of course. And of course, well, she was always a Mr. Kage, but she didn't really care that much. Her Jinchurikis are gone, but everyone else's Jinchuriki is gone. So, of course, we go into, well, a war. Somewhat of a war. It was a semi-war. It was Taki, the Stone Village, and even the, what's it called, Cloud Village versus the Leaf Village. This is where Tsunade was stressed, but this is where Naruto, he appears right in front of the army. And this is where Naruto says, 5 elements, blast, be gone, termination, you weakling humans. And he sends the 5 blasts, just what's it called, towards the army, and he just destroys the army. It's where, well, the Cloud Village, the Stone Village, and even Taki, basically the Waterfall Village, were shocked when their army came back with only 2 survivors. This is where Naruto appears right in front of the Cloud Village, and he makes 2 meteors fall down from this place. He appears also towards the Stone Village, summons also 2 meteors, kills Onoki first because Onoki is the problem here. And for, well, the Waterfall Village, he just blasts through it with Yin Yang attack. So yeah, or not Yin Yang attack. He makes like that black ball, like in, what's it called, in the bar tour, that has a bunch of like animals and all that, and kind of just drops it onto Taki and all that, and just destroy it. This is where, well, the 3 villagers are gone, and since Naruto is that strong, he didn't even need to try that much. With that happening, Sayana is actually gonna be having 2 children with what's called Baruto, with Naruto. I almost said Baruto because now it kind of reminds me of Baruto a little bit. But yeah, now of course the 2 children of Sayana is gonna have is still, one is still named Baruto, but the other one is named the other one is named Kaya. And of course, as well, Kaya has what's it called, her mother Byakugan, but it's kind of like green instead because it kind of mixed with the golden Byakugan. So yeah, but Baruto has the Golden Star Jogan, but more advanced into it because it has the Sharingan also of like Itachi's merge. But yeah, but of course, Naruto, he's basically the strongest person out there. He's not the Kage because he didn't want to just do all this paperwork because he doesn't care. But yeah, so of course, what's it called? Also, I should mention about the Tentagon user. The Tentagon user kind of sensed Otsutsuki and the power, and he even saw what happened to the Cloud, to Stone, and even Taki. And when he tried to find Hinata, that didn't happen, but he did catch his hands from Naruto. He got his ass beat by Naruto and, well, got his, well, Tentagon taken away. So yeah. So he's on the moon, still chilling, somewhat, still saddened, and still kind of terrified of Naruto. Now the Tentagon was absorbed with Naruto, so of course Baruto did also have kind of And his what's called left eye, he had the Tentagon, but it was a golden Tentagon. But yeah, but this is where I'm gonna leave it off for. Well, not leave it off, end it off for part 7 of What If Naruto had Momoshiki Otsutsuki's Karma Seal. But yeah. Also, what's it called with Ishiki and the others? Well, they got their ass beat. So yeah, I should mention that. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. But yeah, I should also mention that what's it called, Baruto and Kaya are kind of palish white. Not really much, but they kind of are a little bit. Since Naruto's basically an Otsutsuki. But yeah, that's all I want to mention. But yeah, potato. Next I'm probably gonna do what if Karma, what was it called? What if Naruto's a reincarnation of Karma? Probably next. Or I'm probably gonna do what's it called? Another what if Yuji Itadori was this person, whatever. Next. But that'll be until next. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato seed, potato. Yep, bye bye.